Everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport. For today's Autumn Nation Series betting preview, proudly brought to you by BetCoza, who are the official Forever Sports betting partners. And they're going to give you guys free bets the entire weekend, as well as the best odds available on the market. So go ahead and get yourself a BetCoza account. Link in the description. Jump on the watch alongs. We'll give you guys some free bets. A lot of guys getting free bets. A lot of guys making a lot of money. And fun fact, if you watched our betting preview last week, where I told you to back Italy, you would have won quite a lot of money because they had like 5 point something odds to win, and they won. So I won some money. I hope you guys won some money. But today we're going to be looking at some of the odds of the various games. Quite a lot of good, nice games happening tomorrow, and yeah, we're going to be sort of seeing exactly where we reckon there's a bit of value and where I am putting my money on. As usual, we can't guarantee any wins. And I'm not telling you where to put your money on. I'm just sort of telling you where I reckon there is a bit of value. So you cannot come after us if you lose money. We take no responsibility with what you do with your money. This is just what we're doing with ours. But what we can do is we can give you guys free bets if you sign up for BetCoza. And then you can go and experiment. And then you're not going to lose money, and you can win money. So it's a win-win situation. Before we do this, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. And yeah, we'll head straight over to BetCoza, who have got around a number of internationals. We're going to focus on the Autumn Nations ones. So, for example, you look at Georgia and Wales. Now, Georgia's not going to beat Wales, and look, if you were to call that, it would be a massive victory. So this is where you guys start looking at the handicaps, and the big question is over here: Wales at minus 21.5. Do you guys think that Wales can beat Georgia by more than 21.5 points? That is what this bet is all about. Other bets, for example, are there going to be more than 55.5 points in the game? Which is going to be the highest scoring half, anytime try scorers, for example. Now, I'm not sure about this, to be honest, because I think that Georgia are a side that are quite physical, quite defensive orientated, and Wales quite similar. Neither of these sides sort of particularly free scoring. So, the obvious bet would be sort of Wales 21.5. I'm not sure Wales were going to be scoring that many tries. They're going to be finding their way to 21.5 points. But that is probably where your best sort of bet is. Apart from that, you can go look at potential sort of anytime try scorers. Obviously Josh Adams, as Cuthbert, Reece, Zammit, big shouts. Ken Owens, I think, is a decent shout. I think they will be quite physical, and I think that pack for Wales is starting looking a little bit better. So at the back of that, from Ronnie Moore, for example, that's where Ken Owens will be looking to do the business for Wales. And then if we look at Italy versus South Africa, right now there's no value in backing South Africa just to win. We've got to back South Africa at 19.5, minus 19.5 if to get that handicap win. So that's pretty important, actually. That's significant of 19.5 because the 15-point margin is where sort of where the world rankings margin is. Now, I think we will concede points. So I'm interested actually in this overs-unders match. I wonder if there will be 52.5 points. I actually think there will be. I think we are going to see so that's where I've actually got a bit of money. I've got money in over 52.5 points in the entire game. If you look at anytime try scorers, Chesn Colby is back, Kurt Lawrence is back, Bongi Manam is back, Balkan Box. Evan Lewis is back, despite being on the bench. The highest Italian player score is Montiawani. I think Capuzzo to score is probably not a bad shout, given how he scored 2 last weekend, for example. Other options there are, the total team tries, for example, total team points. There are high scoring half, stuff like that. So there's a lot of different markets, which is quite cool. So you can kind of bet on anything. So personally, I think this overs unders doesn't look too bad. I think it will be relatively high scoring. As much as people sort of are insistent that the box don't score a lot of points, we generally actually do. We've often been around that sort of 20 to 25 point margin, and I think against Italy there will be more, but I think Italy will also score some points. So if you've got South Africa scoring 30 to 35 points, you've got Italy scoring 20 points. That's well over 50 points, 52.5 points already. So I think that's an interesting one. The handicap winner as well. I almost wonder if people are actually back Italy to do it, and then you can see that Italy's backed to be within 19.5, far more than South Africa is. So I think that could probably be the more interesting bet. I don't think we're going to be beaten by 19.5 points. I hope we are, but I'd be surprised if we do. I do think it'll be quite a high-scoring affair. We go looking on to the next game. Those are the 2 3:00 kickoffs. Then we're looking at Scotland versus Argentina. Now, I genuinely think that there's value in this Argentina at 2.7. I know it's Scotland at home. Scotland did play very well against the All Blacks, but Scotland are a side that just have a knack for losing at the moment, aren't they? And I think this handicap, for example, is an interesting shout. Argentina to be within 5.5 points of that, I do think they'll be there. Even if Scotland beat Argentina, I don't think it'll be a runaway victory. So that, for example, I think they'll definitely cover the spread. I think there's enough in the Argentinian side to make themselves competitive. Nicolas Sanchez coming off the bench as well, returns from injury. Not too many changes being made by Michael Cheika's side. A couple of changes Scotland's side. Losing a couple of very big players. No Gray, for example. No Hamish Watson. No Rory Sutherland coming off the bench. So I do think that Scotland have taken a few blows. So yeah, I think Argentina to win, or potentially the handicap winner, is not a bad shot. If you look at other games, for example, we then got England versus New Zealand, and I think I tell you what, I don't think England at 2.15 is a bad shot. I do think this England side can beat New Zealand again. I think the handicap's a decent shot, so I do think it'll be quite a close game. And New Zealand have sort of flip-flopped, and I do think England at the moment are a much better side than Scotland are. So I do think that England can do the job at Twickenham, depending on which English side obviously rocks up. I do think it's a very exciting loose chair, for example, Sam Simmons, Tuolagi, and Tom Curry, Maratoja back in the second row. I think that front row of England is looking really good, so I do actually fancy England 2.15. The safer bet if you want to go to England at the handicap winner, for example. I don't think there's much value in that. You're probably looking more at New Zealand really, because yeah, I think it'll be close. I think England will be there and thereabouts. I actually think England could win. I reckon if I had to predict a winner, I do see actually England winning, which is why I think that at 2-1, I don't think that's the worst shout at all. The final game on Saturday is Ireland versus Australia. Australia not given too much odds to beat Ireland, and you can understand why. Playing the number one team in the world. No, this handicap, I back Ireland, to be honest. I very much back Ireland. I think Ireland are going to score a lot of points. They do score a lot of points. They're a side that know how to score tries. They're playing very attacking-orientated rugby, and I think that Australian defence is pretty porous. They do concede a lot of points. They concede points no matter who they play against, and we saw that. And their discipline was very poor against Italy. So if they have a similar day over here, I think Ireland will rack up the points quite quickly. I do think that's quite an easy win for me. That's where I'll be putting my money. And finally, if we look at the final game of the weekend, which is on Sunday, France taking on Japan. Japan at 12-1. Don't see too much happening there. I do think that France 24.5 is probably. I do think they will cover that quite comfortably. I think Japan were pretty woeful last week. I think they'll be improved, but I think France are a much better side, even without Antoine Dupont, than England are. And yeah, I do expect them to run a riot a bit against Japan. So that's kind of where I'm going. I think, for example, even like if you're looking at tie scorers here, I think Damien Penaud is a good shot on the wing there for France. I think you wouldn't be surprised if you do see him on the score sheet. So there's a lot of options, there's a lot of markers. Let me know where you are backing this yourself down in the comments below. As I said, you make sure you go get yourself a BetCozo account, because I'm going to give you guys free bets. And you said it's 200 Rand. You said they're going, might as well put 200 Rand on England to win. And then that 200 Rand becomes 400 Rand in cash you can then withdraw. It's as easy as that to win money, courtesy of BetCozo. So big shout out to them who are helping us power our Autumn Nation series coverage. They are official betting partners, and they're doing a lot to help make this channel as good as it can be. Let me know what your bets are down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.